Okay. Everything looks in order. Let me check if I'm live. Because this application is full screen. And I can't cheat it like I did with Fate Extra. Hello, YouTube. Okay. I think it's going. I think we're good. Yeah. Ooh, sorry. Let me check the audio. See if it's good. Let me check the audio. See if it's good. Why do I sound like that? I sound stupid. Let me check the audio. I sound dumb as freak. Okay. As the stream goes, just tell me how the audio is because... Oh, shoot. Tell me how the audio is because I'm back home and everything is reset. I'm using a different microphone. Yeah, it's weird. But I put up a poll and wanted to see what you guys wanted to watch. Fate Extra or Fate Stay Night. And you guys voted for Fate Stay Night. I do like Fate Extra. I do enjoy playing it, but I know we have to finish this route. We have day 12, 13, 14, and then 15. And then that's it. So it's going to be like 4 more streams. Maybe 3 more if I decide to do 2 nights in a single day. Probably will if I have more time. But as of right now, we're just trying to get something in. Welcome in, everybody. If you don't remember, last time we played Fate Stay Night, we lost our virginity. Saber lost hers too. But it was very stressful because... And I'm watching like the numbers go down. People just leaving the stream and leave dislikes. But it was stressful because none of the graphics were there. So I kind of just had to read it. And I kind of skipped through most of it. But also, Rin left Archer to go fight Berserker. And right now we are in the interlude, I think. So let's get right into it. As I happen to look up at the sky, it's getting... Who texted me? Bro, okay, if you text me during the stream, my phone literally falls over. Oh my god. Why are you talking about fall weather? Who cares? Put that thing on work mode. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this. Dawn is near. The one-night dream comes to an end. That's right, I've awoken from my dream. This is no situation to remain in my lingering memory, and anyway, it was just a way to stay alive. So I have to think of it as a dream. Saber's voice, sensations, everything. I have to think of this as an unfillable dream, or I won't be able to live from now on. Okay, we should be in the interlude. And the battle between the two ends. They killed and exterminated each other with all their might, and it ended with the annihilation of the Red Knight. The gorgeous hall is completely transformed. The floor is cracked in numerous places. Many walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed and the smashed marble has scattered in the wind. The space has been completely destroyed, leaving no trace of its former beauty. You could say it has also destroyed time, because the remains of the destruction hide what the place just looked like just 2 hours ago. Man, I wish I could see chat. I can't. Where can I put this so I can read chat? Here we go. This is so annoying. Because my monitor just stopped working. So now I have to improvise. And this is awful. I need 2 screens so I can read chat. What's up, Rifley? Speaking of... Never mind. I shouldn't even say that joke. It stands over 2 meters tall, looking like a figure of a man carved out of a large stone. It does not even need to be said. It is Iliasfield's servant, Berserker. The giant does not move. His body is dyed in red and filled with holes. There's no place on a giant's body that is not wounded. First, both his legs are almost melted. Second, there's a mark of a cut on his neck. Third, his arm is barely hanging from his elbow. Fourth, he is slashed from his shoulder to his groin. Fifth, a large amount of blood is gushing out from his chest. Sixth, his internal organs can be seen at his stomach. Berserker does not move. It is only natural. It is a corpse, no matter how one looks at it. The battle itself ended much earlier, but Berserker's master has forgotten to act, as this result is too surprising and unexpected. She has to pursue her prey, but she's looking only at this scene in astonishment.
信じられない。何だったのよ、あいつ。
She murmurs angrily. The battle that took place here was nothing but humiliation for her. Her servant is the most powerful. There should only be 1 or 2 servants able to match Heracles, the most famous of all heroic spirits. But Archer, a heroic spirit of unknown identity, has defeated him. That Red Knight has matched Berserker equally, and has succeeded in killing Berserker, something no one has been able to do before. Such actions cannot be forgiven. For her, this is like being stabbed in the heart by a bug on the roadside. The pride of a girl who considers herself the strongest cannot allow her to be cornered by someone who should be stepped on, begging for sympathy.
頭にくる。あんなやつに6回もやられるなんて手を抜いてたんじゃないでしょうね、バーサーカー。
The sculpture does not answer. It might be unable to afford an answer, or perhaps sees no need for one. Berserker just stands there and devotes himself to healing his wounds. Where's that one guy who likes Ilia? That's a good question. He would hate to see this. She's so angry. This battle was too strange for him as well. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. No attack can affect his body unless it is of the highest grade, so he rarely takes wounds. In the age of gods, no one could scratch him after he had accomplished his great deeds. But still, 6 times. Archer delivered a fatal blow 6 times. It does not even need to be said that every one of the attacks was by a different method. Even the greatest attacks cannot be effective on Berserker twice. If one seeks strangeness, that is the strange part. If Archer is a hero with such varied abilities, his true identity should have been clear. But his true identity still remained unknown, even after his body was pulverized. What was really surprising was his way of being, contradictory to that of a servant. A dim light grows in Berserker's eyes. If he had been summoned as a normal servant, he would have grieved that this battle deserved better. No matter who he really was, Archer was a rare great enemy. If he had not been mad, he could have matched sword techniques with Archer to hit his heart's content and pass a satisfying time.
許さない。許さないんだから。よくもここまで私を侮辱してくれたわね。
His master's voice echoes. Can y'all hear me drinking water? I just realized my mic is like really up. With that, the small light of rationality vanishes. Wait, I need a poll to keep y'all entertained. Hold up. Crap, now I gotta move my phone. What should the poll be? Who's the most goated? Saber. Caster. Also, how come there's 4 people and 0 likes? Come on, y'all. Rider. Me. Vote. Be sure to vote, guys. Added a little special option. You know. Just gonna give y'all time to vote for that. Oh, whoopsie. He's only a berserker now. His role is to defeat his opponents and to crush them as his master pleases. She's pissed. He does not even need to answer. Wounds that are not fatal will be fully healed within a few minutes. But restoring everything would take 3 days. Because no one wants to like this lame stream. Yeah, you're banned. And you're losing mod privileges. Yeah, say goodbye. Say goodbye to being a mod. Yeah, it's just gonna take care of that right now. Oh, you're lucky my chat isn't loading. You'd be banned so fast. You're lucky my chat isn't loading on my computer. The giant silently objects. It is his instinct. Berserker has an intuition like Saber's when it comes to fighting. The enemies can certainly be mowed away easily, but it will be a different story if Servant Saber has recovered enough to use her noble Phantasm. Berserker will not yield to a mere holy sword, but there is a small chance. His instinct tells him that if he is to fight that servant, he should engage her in perfect condition. Kill them or what them? Ilya! You're like 6 years old. Stop. The girl jumps down from the stairs. Through the rubble, she walks to the exit without a care for the bloody berserker. In that moment, the girl stops once as if remembering something. Well, what did he do? He didn't even fight you. It was Archer. Smiling, the girl leaves the castle. Man, get out of here. Enough with this interlude. The sun should come up soon. The forest is like her yard. No matter where her prey are hiding, it should be no problem for her to find them. As her targets, they only have a few minutes of life remaining. Yeah. She's mad. Somebody's mad. Let's save up here. So, I don't know why, but I was forced to leave the ruin. It's fine that I shared my magical energy with Saber, but Tohsaka pushed me out, saying that girls have adjustments afterward, changing and all that. Yeah, you guys remember what happened last stream, right? I grumble, leaning against the wall. It sounds like an excuse because it is. I look up at the sky. Is it almost dawn? The sky in the east is getting redder, and the forest is slowly getting lighter. The forest is calm and quiet. When it's this quiet, I can't believe we are being pursued, or that we were doing something like that until a moment ago. Remembering, I frantically shake off my worldly desires. I have to forget about it for now. I won't survive if I'm submerged in thoughts of her sensations. And more than anything, it's impolite to Saber. After all, I made love to Saber to save her. So I shouldn't have any other emotion for Saber. No matter how soft Saber is and how good it felt. That Shirou, please. I'm a big liar. I can't deceive myself about it with excuses like that. I can't forget. Please forget it. But I have to forget them for now. Jeez, this is no time to worry about such things. What we should be worrying about is how to take on Berserker.
そうだ。自分にできることをやらないと。あいつだって最後にそう言ってたじゃないか。
I remember Archer's back. I could never like him, but all of his words have stuck in my head. I stare at a tree branch. There are only a few things I can do. If it isn't much right now, I can do them to the best of my abilities. I pluck a hardy branch, and I also find a few more branches that are straight.
シロー、終わったから入ってきて。
I hear Tohsaka's voice. I return to the ruin carrying the branches I found. Well, the only other problem is whether I'm able to face Saber like I did before after something like that.
こちらです、シロ。リンから話があるそうです。
I missed her voice, I'm not gonna lie. I guess such worries were only on my part. Saber's acting resolutely, as always. She must have completely accepted the incident, unlike me.
ああ、今行く。
That's crazy. They both like... That's crazy that they just did that and she's not even gonna talk about it. Anyway. Damn, I won't lose. It's stupid to be the only one blushing, so I'll try my best to act calm.
来たわね。それじゃあ作戦会議を始めるけど、会議って言っても口論し合う暇はないわ。バーサーカーを倒す方法も限られているし、とりあえず私の話を聞いてもらえる？
Saber and I nod.
作戦としては単純よ。まともな方法じゃバーサーカーとは勝負にならない。勝つためには奇襲。仕掛けたのなら反撃させずに一撃で首を落とすのが絶対条件だと思う。
Low-key lame AF. Who are you? Who are... I've never seen you type in chat before.
同感です。バーサーカーと打ち合ったところで、あれには致命傷を与えられません。倒すのならば、打ち合いの外から消すべきでしょう。
打ち合いの外からって、バーサーカーが俺たちに気づく前に先回りして襲うってことか。そりゃ、
That's crazy.
あいつと
People
正
just
面
show
か
up
ら
just to
戦うのは
hate.
無謀だけど、
What have
そ
shooters?
っちの方はもっと無謀だ。あいつが奇襲なんてさせる玉か。
ええ、バーサーカーに気づかれずに近寄るなんて都合のいい作戦はやらないわよ。あっちにはイリアスフィールがいるんだもの。少なくともセイバーとシローの気配は簡単に感知されるわ。
I don't know how it works, but Ilya can feel Saber in my presence, huh? If Tohsaka's the only one who can hide, then...
まさか奇襲をするのは遠坂だって言うんじゃないだろうな。
当然でしょ。一番に狙われてるのはシローなんだし、この中で一番動きやすいのは私だもの。
後ろからバッサリってバーサーカーがそんな甘いわけないだろ。
そりゃそうよ。だからセイバーに隙を作ってもらうの。セイバー、体はどのくらい回復した？
通常戦闘ならば問題はありません。ですが、宝具の使用は避けるべきです。今の魔力では、おそらく使った瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。たとえ使ったとしても純度は落ちていますから、バーサーカーを倒せるとは思えません。
They went through all that, and Shirou didn't even give her enough juice to keep fighting with another noble Phantasm. That's crazy.
ええ、それで十分よ。セイバーにはバーサーカーと打ち合ってもらうわ。で、私は隠れて様子を見る。イリアスフィールから見れば私はおまけみたいなものだし、いなければ二人を見捨てて逃げたとか思うんじゃないかしら。
はあ、それはまあ可能性はなくはありませんが。
可能性が低いならあげて。 シロはイリアスフィールと仲がいいみたいだし、うまく話せば騙せるんじゃない？
Why is she... Tohsaka looks at me meaningfully.
反論はあるけど引き受けた。遠坂は逃げたって言えばイリアはまず信じるよ。あの子は人の言葉を疑わないと思う。
だとしても問題はあります。私がバーサーカーと対峙するのはいい。ですがシローに同じことはさせられません。
Oh, whoopsie.
誰もシローに殴り合えなんて言ってないわ。シローはセイバーから離れて後方支援。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを押し切るのは難しいから、危なくなったら助けてあげて。
バカな。シローはリンのように魔術に長けてはいない。援護と言っても何を。
それはシローが考えて。もっともバーサーカー相手だとマスターが介入する余裕なんてないわ。それでも一人だって遊ばせる余裕はないの。シローが殺されればセイバーもおしまいっていうのは分かってるけど、ここはそうしてもらうわ。初めから賭け事みたいな戦いなんだから。
それはそうですが。
Saber grows silent with a troubled face. As Tohsaka is silent too, she must know she's saying something unreasonable. The two's concern is only natural. That night I met Saber. When we were attacked by Berserker, I could only use my body to defend her. There's a high probability that would happen again, so I should stay away from the battlefield. But I would have no intention of doing that if she didn't tell me to be there.
分かってる。遠くからの援護は何とかしよ
う。Whoa, were my words that surprising?
離れたところからセイバーを援護すればいいんだろ。それなら何とかなると思う。
Saying that, I hold up the branch I just collected. The length is perfect. The flexibility is good as well. This is the first time I've done this kind of strengthening. But I don't think there's any flaw in the principle. The point is, I just need to keep reinforcing it until it becomes a real one. And for this, I also have a reference since he had one too. And on top of that, magical energy has been flowing in my body for a while now. I just have to repeat the usual process now. I analyze the basic structure and modify it. Trace on. Oh, okay, never mind. I analyze the composition materials and reinforce them. Oh, but that's not enough if the original is a branch and the finished product is his bow. I have to imagine it from the concept of creation. If I'm to get close enough to the real one, I have to formulate every hypothesis, at least in my head. I open my eyes. The branch is shaped right, but
うわ、似ても似つかねえ。
it's ugly and crooked. I know it'll work as a bow. I just have to make the arrows in the same way.
シロ、今の。
ああ、シンジとの一件でなんとなくコツが分かった。遠坂も言ってただろ。力みすぎるなって。
そう。まあ手段ができたのはいいことだし、今はいいわ。話を戻すけど、とにかく2人にはバーサーカーと戦ってもらう。私はあらかじめ木に登って上から様子を観察してるから。で、セイバーがなんとかバーサーカーに隙を作ったら、死角である頭上からとっておきの宝石を使い切ってバーサーカーを串刺しにする。
Okay, we got a
作戦として
plan.
はそれだけの単純なものだけど。
We got a plan. They need that like jazz music that they play. All right, boss, what's the plan? And then, you know, it's like and people are leaving the stream. Gotcha. Okay. Tohsaka expressions asks for questions.
宝石というのはリンの魔術ですか？だとしても生半可な魔術ではバーサーカーの体には届きません。彼を傷つけるには最大純度の攻撃でなければならないのですから。
分かってる。要するに A 判定の攻撃でないとダメなんでしょ？
Saying that, Tohsaka takes a jewel out of her pocket.
その宝石は？
私が物心ついた時からために貯めた貯金みたいなものよ。これ一つで A 判定の大魔術を即座に発生させられる。
そうか。あの時の魔術ならば確かにバーサーカーは防げない。彼には私のような大魔力はありません。魔術であってもそれが A 判定ならば問題なく貫通する。
We're cooking. There's no way we could lose. Breen has
そうい
got
うこ
it.
とよ。本当は小出ししていこうと思ったけど悠長なことは言ってられないわ。
Oh, whoopsie. Tohsaka sticks out her chest in confidence, but
おい、なんか半端にせこくないか、お前。
同感です。私が言えることではありませんが、せめて半分使い切るぐらいの気前の良さが必要だと思うのですが。
Fate Stay Night. Yep.
何よ、そんなの人の勝手でしょ。あなたたちね、私がどれほど苦労してここまで貯めたって思ってるのよ。
Saber and I protest silently. Tohsaka's life depends on this as well, so it won't be funny if she gets stingy and we all end up failing because of that.
わかったわよ。半分使えばいいんでしょ。使えば。何よ、言ってみただけじゃない。私だってそれくらい分かってるんだから。とにかく作戦はそれだけよ。あとは私が隠れられてシローがセイバーの援護をしやすい場所を探さなくちゃ。イリアスフィールが来る前にいい場所を見つけましょう。
What route? It's the Fate route, the first one. Because, people said that anime is not accurate, so I'm trying to get, like, the real deal. Yeah, we can't stay in this ruin now. As Tohsaka says, all that's left is to find a spot to wait for Berserker. But before that, I'm worried about Saber. Period. I really wonder if Saber's alright. She says she will have no problems fighting, but isn't it hard on her fighting Berserker when she was so weak before? No, I'm more worried about her noble Phantasm.
使えばその瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。
Saber said that. That means that Saber will disappear the instant she uses that sword.
セイバ
はい。何でしょうか、シロ。
ー。ああ、戦う前に一つ約束してくれないか。
ええ、それが私にできることならば構いませんが。
そのさ、どんな状況になってもあの宝具は使わないでほしいんだ。
He does not want her disappearing. Yo, this pole is washed. And I can't even see my freaking stream. My eyes. Oh, wait. Saber 66. Me 33. Wait, people like me? I didn't get any... I thought nobody voted. That's crazy. Means I got 2 votes. I'll take it. What's this? Q&A? Okay. Yeah, okay.
地上であんなものを使ったら大事だし、それにバーサーカーを倒せてもセイバーが死ぬなんていうのは嫌だ。
ええ、分かっています。私も宝具を使う気はありません。今の魔力でバーサーカーを倒せるとは限りませんし、何より消えてしまっては聖杯を手に入れられない。
Look, we got her blushing. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Saber declares so. That makes me
よ
happy.
し、いつものセイバーだ。うんざりするほど冷静で安心した。
それはどういう意味でしょうか、シロ。
Uh-oh.
いや、大はないよ。いいから外に出よう。遠坂を待たせるとまた文句を言われるからな。
そうですね。 リンはシローに文句を言うのが趣味のようです
It
から。
seems to be Rin's hobby to complain at you. That is crazy. The first bad ending you can get is pretty wild. I was doing bad endings like at the start because people kept telling me like what choices to pick. And like, what was it? There's two where Ilya just mutilates you. It is awful. And they made me they were like, pick this one. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I pick it and I die. It's like, really? Saying such an ominous thing, Saber heads to the exit. Then, Saber's body falls forward as if she tripped on something. I quickly grab her hand.
ほら、足元危ないぞ。散らかってるんだから気をつけないと。
Oh my god. That's funny. Saber's the undying head. Yeah. That is funny. Hey, Saber's blushing awkwardly.
セイバー、どうした？
Oh, whoopsie.
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、手を握られていると。
Saber, why is holding hands? We did more than hold hands. Oh my god. Wait, I need to save this photo. I need to take a screenshot of that. That's funny. My friend does the exact same face as this. Her figure looks like me from earlier. I blush too. Her hand in mine. I vividly recall Saber's sensations and pull away quickly. Unable to say anything, we just stand there.
外に出よう。早く行かないと時間がない。
そうですね。急ぎましょう、シロ。
We start to go with that forced conversation. Once we go outside, we won't return here. I look back at the ruin for the last time and head out to the battlefield, suppressing my beating heart. We reach an open clearing in the forest. The sun is rising and the forest is darkened by the morning mist. Hold up, I gotta check something. Are we on day? Yeah. Okay. Compared to the inside of the dense forest, this place has an open view.
トサカ、ここ悪くないんじゃないのか。
そうね。条件はいくらかクリアしてるけど、見晴らしが良すぎるのがどうもね。これじゃあ私はともかくセイバーとシローの逃げ道がないもの。
She's such a perfectionist, considering even the escape routes.
他を渡りましょう。大丈夫。まだ時間はあるわ。
Tohsaka re-enters the forest. But Saber stares into the distance and doesn't move.
セイバー、何してるのよ。早くしないとイリアスフィールに。
Uh-oh. I feel the chill. I can't forget it since I felt it once already. I can't even see him nor feel his presence. But this pressure on my body must be because of him. A girl's voice echoes through the forest. Beyond the mist, from inside the forest far away, something black comes straight for us. Is it because we're in a clearing under the open sky? I feel like Ilya is talking to us while looking down from the sky.
やば、あいつもうシロを見つけたの？
Uh-oh. Saber's ready to murder Rin. Rin, she's hot.
まずい、ここじゃ視界が広すぎる。何よこのスピード。これじゃあ2分かからない。ちょっと、何のんびりしてるのよ2人とも。ここじゃまずいって言ってるでしょ。早く場所を変えないと。
Tohsaka takes my hand, but we won't make
い
it.
や、ここでいい、トサカ。3人で戦えるだけでも良好なんだ。これ以上は求められない。
Alright, let's fight. Tohsaka, get in the tree right now.
バカ、それがまずいんだってば。 ここじゃ横幅がありすぎるの。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを止められないし、いくら離れてたってあんたも前に入っちゃうじゃない。
遠坂が心配してくれてるのは分かってるけど、危険なのはみんな一緒だ。
それはそうだけど。
セイバーもいいな。ここでバーサーカーを迎え撃つ。
Saber nods quietly.
もう分かったわよ。簡単にやられたら怒るからね。
She must have agreed as she disappeared into the fog. Once she goes into action, she's super fast. She gets away from the clearing and goes up a tree in the forest.
来るぞセイバー、準備はいいか。
あなたも戦いが始まったら決してここから前には出ないように。何があろうとバーサーカーをここには近づけさせません。
Come on, Saber. Let's do this. The fog flickers. From the morning fog, as if a black darkness is seeping out, the mad warrior appears along with a white
意
girl.
外ね。てっきり最後まで逃げ回るとばかり思ってたのに。それとももう観念したの、お兄ちゃん。
Yo, she's gonna get washed. There's about 40 meters between us and Ilya. We're facing each other on opposite ends of the clearing.
セイバーは治ったんだ。そっか、だから逃げ回るのはやめにしたのね。欲しいな。そんなことで私に勝てると思うのは可愛いんだけど。残念ね。シロはここで死ぬんだもの。
Her laughter echoes through the forest. Does it irritate her? Saber, standing beside me, is so worked up that she could attack at any moment.
もうつまんないな。ずいぶん無口になっちゃったのね。もしかして殺されるのは怖いの？そんなのもったいないよ。今命乞いをすれば私も許してあげないこともないんだから。
Tohsaka must have finished climbing the tree. If she's going to place herself, it will be near the center of the clearing. Nobody would notice if she was right there where the branches are overlapping, and they should be strong enough to support her as well.
そう、あくまでそういう態度なんだ。ならもうおしゃべりはここまでだね。リンとモドも殺してあげ。待ちなさい。リンはどうしたの？シロ。
I guess that's what you expect from Berserker's master. She has a complete understanding of what can be overlooked and what can't be.
遠坂はここにはいない。あいつと俺たちはとうに別れた。
別行動を取ったの？そっか、セイバーを連れてるシロは足手まといだものね。リン一人ならもっと遠くに逃げられる。
そういうことだ。もうとっくに森を出てるだろう。今から追っても間に合わないぞ。
What if she like tries to chase her? That'd be funny.
そうかしら。この森はアインツベルンの結界よ。誰が入ってきて誰が出ていったかぐらいはわかるんだから。あれから外に出た人間は一人もいない。リンはまだ森にいるわ。探し出すのはこの後でも十分よ。
Thank God. If Ilya can sense only the boundaries of the forest, she doesn't know about Tohsaka yet. Actually, she completely believes what I said. Ilya is certainly a cold-hearted master, but still, can't that cold-heartedness still be recovered?
イリア、戦う前にもう一度だけ聞くぞ。マスターを辞めて、こんな戦いをやめることはできないのか？
できないよ。おじいさまの言いつけだもの。バーサーカーがいる限り、私はアインツベルンのマスターなの。イリアは他のマスターたちを殺して聖杯を持ち帰らなくちゃいけないんだから。それにもう一度だけ聞くのはこっちだよ。私はアインツベルンの当主だから、あんな言葉二度は言わないわ。けどシローが答え直すって言うんなら、ちゃんと聞いてあげてもいいんだよ。
She wants us to become her servant, but that's not gonna happen. She has a little hope in her voice, but as long as Saber's beside me, I can't nod to her words.
答えは変わらない。俺はセイバーのマスターだ。
Come on, Shirou.
お前がマスターを辞めないって言うんなら、バーサーカーを倒して辞めさせる。
Come on, Shirou. I declare so while looking at Emiya and Berserker. In that instant, the air in the clearing freezes.
そうなら本気で殺してあげる。その思い上がりと一緒に粉々に砕いてあげるわ、シロ。
Saber, come get this clown. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh. A pattern is appearing on her face. No, it's not just her face. That thing is all over her body. It's a huge command spell, incomparable to the ones we have.
遊びは終わりよ。蹴散らしなさい。
Yeah, this wasn't
ヘラクレス。
this wasn't in the show. A dead voice, as if to answer at the giant behind her roars. A scream that shakes the earth. The giant screams as if it's going insane, and its every ability increases as it deforms and
そんな
swells.
理性を奪っていただけで凶暴化させていなかったというのか。
He hasn't even been using his abilities. Guys, new poll. Prediction. A prediction. Who will win? Saber? Berserker? Who's gonna win? Okay. It's only natural for Saber to feel a shudder. Oh god, my phone fell. You win? Even I, unable to tell how strong a warrior is, can sense that it is not to be messed
行
with.
け。近寄る者はみんな殺しちゃえ。バーサーカー。
Okay, Rin, drop them jewels! Uh-oh. It's an explosive roar. It roars out. Not even a howl now. And the giant jumps in.
セイバー
A silver light dashes forward in reply. Berserker lands in the center of the clearing. A huge body descends and Saber runs straight for its landing point. Alright, she's locked in. The ground trembles. As if stopping a meteor, Saber attacks Berserker. Oh, they're going nuts. Yo, she's cooking. Oh, this art looks good. Take your screenshots, everybody. Take your screenshots. Go and take them. My outversal scale, so okay. This Saber is weakened, okay? It is the return of legends. In the forest, filled with the morning mist, the two shadows clash without ceasing. Berserker is just overwhelming. If his horizontal blow is a whirlwind, his descending blow is a waterfall. If Saber takes such an attack, it would prove fatal even for her. Saber repels such attacks straight on without faltering. Against storm-like blows, she deflects them with all of her might. If she doesn't, she will be slashed in half along with her sword. The infinite blows that continue without pause are in fact a blow diverted with all her might. Saber, get him in position! Rin is like up here at the top. Please. The continuous sound of clashing. Their ranges are different. Their speeds are different. Their strength remaining are too different. The only thing possible for Saber is to smash her sword into unavoidable attacks and stop it from slashing her by offsetting it with her own blow. To speak metaphorically, Berserker is a broken rock drill, the blade spitting in all directions will mercilessly destroy all that approach. If one reaches out even a little, that's it. One would get entangled in the blade and be shred into pieces, unable to run away. A normal human can't go up against such a thing. If approaching it is fatal, you can only run away. But Saber places herself within the blades and does not retreat. So she will be cut down bit by bit. The sword makes sparks. and it's only natural for her armor to splinter bit by bit. She's constantly putting herself in fatal situations. I just hold my breath. In ancient times, the heroes that went up against dragons must all have been like her. They know well enough that their strengths are different. But still, they bet on the chance of a lifetime. A great violence surpassing human. They defend until the only opening appears, and many warriors died with no such miracle occurred. Their fight is just that, a dazzling battle that takes my eyes away, but it has only one end prepared, with it being Saber's defeat, as she is hurt more by the second. Saber, lock in. The roar shakes the ground. Berserker's whirlwind cuts through the wind and flings back the defending Saber. Saber's armor chips away with every blow, and as she hits the ground, she charges bravely at Berserker without falling to her knees. But she's already at her limits. Saber's breathing wildly, and her movements are slowing down even to my eyes. She's not trying to create an opening in Berserker. Saber will be slashed by him in a few more blows. In my clenched fist is a bow. What's the point? What's the point? Do you know who's fighting Berserker? Against all odds? What's the point? Man. Ha! The instant Saber's flung away, I fire at Berserker. This won't hurt him, but it should at least take his attention off Saber. What? The arrow that hits Berserker's temple does nothing. I can't even get his attention. The giant does not block. No, he doesn't even care about my attack. That's awkward. You should have shot Emiya. Emiya's laugh echoes through the forest. I can't do anything. Saber's about to collapse in front of me, and I can't do anything. I'm too weak. I can't hurt Berserker no matter what I do. All I'm doing is distracting Saber. A strong blow. Saber repelling that attack, has her feet driven into the ground up to her ankles. The blows are heavy and fast. The axe sword flying above Saber's head comes down. The sword shaves off some of her armor as she flings herself away and breaks the ground. I feel like I'll grind my teeth down. Am I unable to do anything after all? I can't protect Saber, nor fight alongside her. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is...
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。
Of course.
お前にできることなど、所詮その程度でしかないのだから。
That guy said so.
外敵などいらぬ。お前にとって戦う相手とは、自身のイメージに他ならない。
Write this one down, guys. This is a good quote. Write it down. That's right. What was he saying? It wasn't his usual harassment. Those were words held in importance that I need to understand right now. No, saying that. Weren't all of his words a warning that I shouldn't have ignored? The music is so good. Saber's body's flung away. She didn't jump to get away. She took a blow. That storm-like blow landed right on her side. Saber totters. Concentrating strength into her numb fingers, she faces Berserker again, coughing violently. The giant will not miss the opening Saber has finally shown. My voice won't reach them. It's useless for me to say anything, and it's useless for me to have a bow mimicking archers. Do I still not understand? What can I do? What should I be doing? That's right. What do I need in order to save Saber? A bow won't do. Even a lance won't pierce him. And that doesn't mean I should have the same weapon as the enemy. That giant. To defeat that mountain, I'll need a sword. Swords for the win! Sabers are the best, come on now. A sharp and gorgeous sword of the king that will defeat the enemy in one blow. Like that golden sword so suited to her that I saw in my dreams. My head hurts. Bearing my nausea, I still stare at Saber. But ironically, I feel like I'm growing crazier the more I stare at her about to collapse. Saber and Berserker's movement seems to be in slow motion. Many switches are arranged in a row. Coughing, Saber bends her body in pain for an instant. Berserker smashes down his axe sword with all his might. As if making a line, the firing hammers move into position one by one. It seems like knocking down dominoes. The triggers are pulled at once. Come on, Shirou. Come on, Shirou. Berserker's blow smashes Saber away. It's fatal. Saber's body split through the waist, and her pieces are thrown into the air. The only thing flung into the air is Saber's armor. Berserker only smashed Saber's armor. Saber created an opening to make Berserker take a large swing, and Saber charges in at top speed using all the energy she has left. Alright. A black howl surges out, but he can't retreat from Saber, who's right in front of him. She places both hands on her sword and slashes at Berserker with all her might. I can't believe it! The giant that seemed to be rooted in the ground is smashed back a few meters by Saber's blow. And then, the true final attack is executed instantly. Alright, Rin. She must intend to fire from as close as possible. Tohsaka jumps down from the branch high above and throws her jewels as she descends. 987. A rain of ice whirls down. In it, 3 giant icicles shaped like spears have enough magical energy concentrated into them to blow away a whole mansion. Ilya, who was only watching until now, screams. She must have realized how dangerous that attack is, but it's too late. The spear of ice isn't just failing. As it's fired, it is accelerating to skewer Berserker. There's no way he would be able to dodge it. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A shotgun of ice perfectly coordinated with Saber's desperate attack. It has more than enough magical energy in it to be able to kill Berserker. But he swings his axe sword through the air. Even as he's pushed back by Saber, he destroys 3 blocks of ice with his quickly readied axe sword. Splashes of blood. Perhaps because he swung with only one arm, the ice is not completely destroyed, and it lacerates him. Not only that, the ice refreezes on the giant's arm and stops its movement completely. But still, it got only one of its arms. Saber raises her voice. It's only natural, because Berserker's other arm has grabbed Tohsaka's body as she descended onto him. Oh shoot. Tohsaka's face contorts in pain. With Berserker's power, it should be no problem to crush Tohsaka. I run. I don't care if I'm only dragging her down. I don't care if I can't do anything. I won't let him crush Tohsaka. Saber must not have any power left to stand, but she still lifts her body. Tohsaka must be in pain as she reaches out with her face downcast, and then she's gonna use the rest of her gems. She smiles and speaks boldly. Oh my, that's cold. That's kind of cold. That's kind of cold. Everyone gasps. Saber-eyed, even Berserker must have frozen. She's horrible. She knew this was going to happen, yet she never told us about it. Berserker puts power into his grip, but it's a second too late. Come on, Rin. No! Dang! Y'all, this art, this is peak. Bullets of light are fired. 4 jewels are used. The rapid fire from perfect point-blank range kills the Black Mad Warrior for sure this time. No, it has splendidly, perfectively blown away his life. Did Berserker's head get blown off? Blood splatters over me, and I'm at least 10 meters away. Is this his spinal fluid? I can't be too happy about it when there are other things to be things other than blood mix in it. But I'm sure it wasn't overkill. He was a monster. I bet Tohsaka would have been crushed if she didn't blow his head off in a single blow. Well, guys, we beat Berserker. Let's see the poll. Okay, Saber won the poll. That's great. We beat Berserker. Wow. I slowed my running steps. Tohsaka is still held by Berserker, but the battle is over. Berserker's face is still covered in white smoke. From the smoldering sounds, it must have been a huge explosion. I hear Tohsaka's voice. She's looking into the white smoke, dumbfounded. Hold on. Is it just my imagination? I love when he says, hold on. Wait a second. What is this ad? Is this Discount Genshin? Oh, that was Genshin. Okay. It looked like Pokemon. Anyway. Is it just my imagination? Berserker's fingers holding Tohsaka are digging deeper into her. Tohsaka's just staring at the white smoke, but it doesn't last long. The large cloud of white smoke fades away. In it is Berserker's face, though it was certainly blown away. Tohsaka's at a loss for words, cowed by the demonic stare. Laughter echoes through the clearing. The Silver Master controlling Berserker from the edge of the clearing is laughing.
見直したわり。まさか一回だけでもバーサーカーを殺すなんてね。でも残念でした。バーサーカーはそれくらいじゃ消えないんだ。だってね、そいつは12回殺されなくちゃ死ねない体なんだから。12回殺される
12 times. 12 times. That's great. She must have figured out something important from Ilya's words. Tohsaka's eyes are strained in faint regret.
そっか。神明が分かった時点で思い当たるべきだった。ヘラクレスって言ったらヒドラの弓なのに、持ってるのはただの岩だった。だからこいつの宝具は物じゃないんだ。英雄ヘラクレスのシンボルはそう肉体そのものがヘラクレスの宝具なのよ。あなたも知っているでしょ、ヘラクレスの12の難行を。ギリシャの英雄ヘラクレスは己が罪を償うために12もの冒険を乗り越え、そのご褒美として不死になった。この意味あなたならわかるでしょ。命のストック、蘇生魔術の重ねがけ。ええ、だからそいつは簡単には死ねないの。かつて自分が乗り越えた分の試練は生き延びてしまう神々にかけられた不死の呪い。それが私のバーサーカーの宝具、ゴッドハンドなんだから。
God hand.
わかった？バーサーカーは今ので死んでしまったけど、あと5つの命があるの。
So we gotta kill him 5 more times. 5 more times. That's great.
欲しかったわね、リー。今のが5倍の宝石だったらバーサーカーは消えていたのに。
I can't hear Ilya too well. I see Saber run up to Berserker out of the corner of my eye.
リン、逃げて。
Saber dashes to her. Tohsaka tries to tear up Berserker's fingers, but they won't even budge. Then...
いいよ、バーサーカー。そいつ潰しちゃえ。
The burning eyes glare at Tohsaka. Uh-oh. Tohsaka screams. The giant's fingers dig in as if to scoop out Tohsaka's guts. What lies ahead is... the inescapable figure of her, miserably crushed. I run. I forget who I am against or where I am. My mind has already burned up.
させるか。
Saber slashes at Berserker. The invisible sword is swung at Berserker's defenseless arm, as if chopping a vegetable. But it has no effect. The sword bounces back. Not only does it not hurt Berserker's arm, but it doesn't even loosen Berserker's grip on Tohsaka. It must be painful for her to even move. Saber swings her sword desperately as blood spills from her mouth.
Shirou!
Her face freezes as she sees me run up to Berserker. Shirou. I smack my bow against his back. Shirou, what are you doing? Shirou! Please! The giant does not budge. It must think nothing of me at all. He got lucky. My fingers are numb. What kind of body does he have if I, the one doing the hitting, have my hands go numb? Huh? I raise my face at Saber's voice. In that instant, my body flies through the air like a leaf. Bro, Shirou. I drop like a piece of trash. Berserker smacked me with that frozen sword. The bow I instantly blocked with is easily smashed, and I'm thrown so far. He's got like a branch poking through his gut right now. I writhe in pain. The breaking sound was not from the bow. One of my arms is bent like a spider's. Ugh. Breathing hurts so much that I want to smash my lungs up. Bro, Shirou, you did not have to do all that. I can't breathe right from the blood coming up my throat. But it doesn't matter. Breathing will just make me pass out. I shouldn't be breathing right now. I get up. Right now I have to. I run. It's my turn this time. I'll break his arm and save Tohsaka. He must have eyes on the back of his head as he swings his sword as if flinging away a bug. I can dodge it. I won't be hit by something swung with a frozen arm. And he got hit. Great. He must have scraped my leg. Damn it. Don't break my leg when you haven't even hit it. I can't do that. I won't let Tohsaka die. What do I need to save her? A weapon. A blade would be good. At my feet are the remains of the destroyed bow. Above me is Berserker's sword coming down. I pick up a broken piece. Descending sword. There's no time to think. I channel my magical energy into it. I easily succeed at strengthening it, but the sword comes down. The broken piece is totally smashed this time. My body. That should have dodged the blow. The blow collapses. So there was no meaning in strengthening such a broken piece. If I'm to do it again, I have to do it from the very beginning. Nothing should be impossible. There's a model, anyone can imitate it. So I have to repeat the foundation, composition, work, experience, time, and... The giant turns. It must have decided to kill this annoying nuisance before Tohsaka. Raising my body, I glare at the giant. I have no fear. My mind is already burned up, but behind me. Prepared even for her own elimination. Saber is determined to use her holy sword. Is that the only option? Don't use it. Guys, what do you think? What do you think? Wait, we're on day 11 still? Bruh. Hold up. We're do 12 also. Probably. We definitely should not use it. But there's a Tiger Dojo here. And I know you guys are freaks. If she uses it, she disappears. And yeah, the wind unravels. I start to see the golden sword in Saber's hands, the one that must not be used. The sword I told her not to use under any circumstances. I snap. He makes the last rope holding being snapped. My left hand is burning. One of the command spells disappears. We only have one command spell left. I don't know how. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that you'll disappear if you use that. I won't allow that. And I can't forgive myself for not being able to let her use her sword freely, and for not being able to save Tohsaka myself. Saber falls to her knees. Just releasing the sword gets her like that. You can't use the sword in your condition, so wait. If you can't use that sword, I'll make one that you can use.
現実でかなわない相手なら想像の中で勝て。自身が勝てないのなら勝てるものを幻想しろ。
With that said, it's obvious. That's the only thing I can do, so I make it. Make something that will not lose to anything. Always imagine the strongest. Imagine the best imitation that will deceive everybody, even yourself. It is not difficult at all. It is not impossible. From the beginning, this body was a magic circuit specialized for this purpose alone. Flashbang, holy crap. I spring up. My body's burning and my left hand feels like it's on fire.
あの剣は私の
Saber's voice is filled with blank amazement. She's staring at what I'm holding, which should not exist here. Come on, Shirou. Does the sword have the will of a will? Okay, yeah. You got it, Shirou. Oh, wow. The golden sword does not stop, and as if pulled toward it, slashes through the giant's arm. Tohsaka falls with the arm that was grabbing her, and the sword that cut through his arm shatters like glass. All the blood in me regurgitates, but there's no problem there. The sword broke. That is impossible. If I imitated that sword, it cannot be broken. It broke because it was not sufficient. My image of it fell short of the real sword. Alright, let's get another one, Shirou, come on. His eyes stare at me. The giant's sword is swung to really kill me this time. I don't care about that. He's not my opponent. For Emiya Shirou, there's only one opponent. The sword just now wasn't perfect. The unbreakable sword broke because there was a flaw in the assumptions. If I'm to duplicate it, I cannot only duplicate its shape, I must also reproduce the maker. I hear a gasp. In front of me is the axe sword swung like a storm, and a defending sword that is being made. I don't know if I'm desperate, but I'm blocking the attack with the sword in my hand. That's none of my business. What I need to do now is make this real. That is a mistake as well. Emiya Shirou is not made for fighting. Your fight is a mental fight, a fight with yourself. I know that without being told. What I must do is simple.
開始
I concentrate. I'm challenging myself. No deviation or compromise is allowed. Come on, Shirou. Judging the concept of creation, hypothesizing the basic structure, duplicating the composition material, imitating the skill of its making, sympathizing with the experience of its growth, reproducing accumulated years, excelling every manufacturing process. Come on, Shirou. Now, I bind the illusion and make it a sword. This is hard. The giant howls. The sword blocks the numerous blows, smashing madly. But this is it. I'm tossed away. As soon as my consciousness returns, the sword must have left everything in my hands. I'm easily thrown away by the attacks that I was easily blocking until now. The senses in my arms are already gone. My wrist is about to rip off as I can see the red meat. My legs won't move. All my muscles must have stopped working. I can't stand up. I made the sword that surpasses Berserker, but that's all. As I'm only a maker, I cannot handle the sword. But there's a saber right there, give it to her. A shadow engulfs me. He must know he needs to kill first now. Berserker pursues me like the wind and swings his sword. But but a sword is deflected. As I stand there in blank amazement, I notice another hand over my hand. The air shakes violently. A giant launches an attack with all his might to destroy everything, but just before that, I hear her voice closer than anything. Come on. Yo! Take your screenshots. Take your freaking screenshots. This is so cool. This was actually my favorite scene from the show. The 2006 show. I rewinded it like 5 times. It was so good. If Berserker attacked me like a gust, Saber must have rushed to me like a gale. Having rushed to me, Saber turns around and... the sword of rock breaks. A flash of golden sword smashes the giant's axe sword, slashing into the hard body and... if the shape is similar, the ability must be similar as well. The golden sword digging deep into Berserker engulfs the giant's body from the inside. That's only for an instant. The light disappears, and silence returns to the forest. Strength departs from my body. The body that was so hot starts to cool down. The sword is disappearing from the tip. I watch absent-mindedly. We stand next to each other, holding the same sword until it disappears completely. Wind blows through the forest clearing. Neither the howling that shook the ground nor the blows that cut the air remain now. Who's that? Oh, that's him? The undefeatable giant becomes motionless and says so in a deep voice, gazing at the knight that defeated him.
これはカリバーン。王を選定する岩の剣。永遠に失われた私の剣。ですが、
今のは貴様の剣ではなかろう。それはその男が作り上げた幻想に過ぎん。
Saber nods quietly.
所詮はまがいもの。二度とは存在せぬ剣だ。だが、しかし。
Berserker's chest splits open. Slowly, from the wound made by that light, he crumbles away like sand.
その幻想も侮れぬ。よもやただの一撃で。
We destroyed his body sevenfold. We killed him 7 times. With an illusion. Y'all, this Holy Grail War is already over. We won. He puts no emotion into his dying words. The mad warrior follows his role until the very end, and his existence disperses as if fading into the air. Elia, let's have a chat, Elia. Let's have a chat. We should probably save. I feel dizzy. It must be the cost of using excessive magic. My blood that ran wild is crushing my brain with too much oxygen. And on top of that, I have a headache, like my head is splitting open. It's because the enemy has disappeared, and the thing numbing my pain has disappeared. The dizziness and the headache come at me, as if to make up for what is accumulated.
Shirou.
Saber supports my collapsing body, but she can't have any energy to spare to care for me.
いや、大丈夫だ。ところどころ骨が折れてるけど、命には別状はない。例の自然治癒も働いてるし、なんとかなる。
何を言うのです。あれだけの投影魔術を使ったのですから、今は休息を取らないと。
いや、けど。
There's someone I have to talk to first.
イリアスフィール。
Saber prepares herself. Elia is staring at the place where Berserker used to be with empty eyes.
ちょうどいい。何のつもりかは知りませんが、追う手間が省けました。
ダメだ、セイバー。イリアには手を出さないでくれ。バーサーカーがいなくなったんなら、イリアは。
I stopped Saber with my remaining strength. She must not realize we're here. Staring at the ground, Emiya murmurs.
嘘。まさか死んじゃったの？
She sounds like an abandoned child.
イリア
I restrain Saber with my hand and quietly call out to her. She must have noticed me from that. Emiya slightly raises her head and... Yo, that guy who likes Emiya, he should not be here. Hearing those noises. Suddenly, falls to the ground like a doll being switched off. I don't know what's going on. I just stare at the girl on the ground. Damn, she sounds like she's actually coughing. Oh, that's Tohsaka. As if to replace her, Tohsaka gets up. Berserker's hand has disappeared, and it seems that she's finally free. I must have relaxed seeing Tohsaka's safety. I feel like I'm about to faint, but I can't whine like that. This chat is too quiet for your liking. Someone bother Serpent? I thought everybody was just like enjoying the show, because nobody's been talking. I thought everybody was just enjoying the big action scene that just happened. Even though we defeated Berserker, we're still in the forest. We have to push our wounded bodies and get out of this forest now. Also, y'all, if the day ends, I'm ending the stream. So y'all better get me yapping if y'all want a longer stream. I look up at the dawning sky. The town is far away and I cannot find any uninjured allies nor any place on my own body that's not hurt. But still, we made it to the morning. The night I was prepared not to live through. After driving off the greatest enemy, we leave the winter forest. Oh, dang. Too late. Too late. It's already day 12. Wait, how long have I been streaming? One hour? Bro, we can keep going. In the meantime, be sure to leave a like on the stream, everybody. I know y'all are in here. What are your thoughts of Tamamo or Saber? Which do you like more? Personally, hold up. So we can get some visuals here. Let me find some Tamamo art so I can put that on screen and have y'all look at it while I explain my piece. Oh, this art is good. Yeah, this art is great. I'm going to take this one. Wait, no, that's mean. I shouldn't do that. Okay. So, Tamamo. I met her, a few days ago playing Fate Extra. And she... Is that... Yai Miko? Okay, cool. She is so pretty. I have not seen her Noble Phantasm, and I haven't really gotten to know her. But I think I like Saber more because of that. Like, Saber's been like my buddy, my hero. But Tamamo's really cool too. Shout out to all these artists. Anyway, let's play some Fate. Let's jump back into the stream. What do y'all think, Tamamo or Saber? The sky's thin, or is it dusk or dawn? As I'm watching from the outside, I cannot tell. A vast sky and a high field. Hold up, let me check what text I've gotten. Okay. In clouds that do seem reachable with arms outstretched, this is a battle she once went through. There are no cavalry alongside. Wow, I can't read. The grassland, once golden as far as the eye could see, is gone. Under the dark gray sky, the only thing stretching out is the remains of battle, which she is well accustomed to. There is no emotion. For her, such scenes must have been ordinary. There's nothing left in her lonely heart. Leaning on her golden sword, she breathes deeply once and slowly relaxes her shoulders. The battle must be over. After glancing at the bodies of the defeated soldiers, she returns to her camp. That was the battle she experienced. The calm attitude is the same as now. No matter what trouble she's in, she's just as I know her. And in that way, I see the dream of a king. I'm adding date. Oh, it's already there. Okay. From that moment, she drew the sword from the stone. She was not human. After becoming a feudal lord like her father, she became a king with many knights. She was called King Arthur, or Artoria, and the girl who had tried to become a knight had her life turned around. She acted as the son of the king. That is because the one to govern so many territories and control the knights had to be male. The only ones who knew that the king was just a girl were her father and the Magus. She literally covered herself in steel and sealed that truth for all of her life. Of course, it's not like no one grew suspicious of her, but the King of Knights with the holy sword will not suffer wounds or age. Excalibur bears the protection of the fairies, making its possessor immortal. Therefore, nobody questioned the knight's small body and the face that seemed like that of a girl because became honored by the knights as a good-looking king. Of course, such things were not a problem. The king was truly invincible. There was no room for body size nor looks to enter into it. The people living in fear of savage invasions wanted a strong king, and the knights of the battlefield would only follow an excellent commander. The king met all of these criteria, and so, no one questioned who the king was. It doesn't matter if the king is a child or a woman. The only point is that it must function as the king to protect the country. The new king was fair and selfless, and always stood in front of the enemy, defeating enemies on the battlefield. Many enemies and many people died, but the king's choices were always correct, and she served as a king better than anyone else. There was no doubt, and no need for doubt, while the king was right. Knowing no loss on the battlefield, her army reconstructed the now lost cavalry and literally ran through the battlefield, defeating foreign infantries and crashing through numerous ramparts. Was she always in the front of the army because her country was behind her? She had to discard many people to join battle. As long as she joined battle, she had to defeat all her enemies. It was normal practice to meet military needs by sucking everything out of the local village for the battle to protect the country. In that regard, there could not be any knights that killed more people than her. I do not know if she ever found that a burden. That is not something I can tell from a dream, but there is no doubt in her figure, running through the battlefield. She does not even narrow her eyes in grief when she sits on the throne. A king is not human. One cannot protect the people with human emotions. She kept that oath strictly. She settled every problem and worked hard in government affairs. She balanced the country without any deviations and punished people without a single mistake. And after ending yet another battle and victory, commanding the people without disorder and punishing hundreds of criminals, King Arthur does not understand human feelings. A knight close to her murmured. Perhaps everyone felt that way. The more perfect she became as the king, the more they questioned her as a ruler. A person without human emotion cannot rule over others. Several reputable knights left Camelot, but the king took it as a natural event and accepted it as part of the process of government. Thus, the fair king honored by her knights, isolated herself. But such trivial things are no concern to a king. Her mind will not change, even if she is abandoned, feared, or betrayed. There's no right or wrong. She abandoned her emotions from the moment she decided to pull out the sword. And in that way, her final battle began. The battle at Baden Hill ended in a complete victory, and because of the overwhelming results, the savages sought out reconciliation. The country that would have just awaited destruction earned a brief period of peace. The chaos that demanded an absolute hero has ended. Britain is finally returning to the country she dreamed of. The scene starts to fade away. Somewhere in my head, I realize that I'm waking up and the dream is ending. So they talked about the knights leaving Camelot because Arthur was not human or did not express human emotions. Which is kind of interesting because in an interpretation of Excalibur that I watched, like the movie from 1980 something, Arthur was all about human emotions. This guy was a crybaby. But in Fate Zero of the anime, I think they do bring this up with Berserker being Lancelot. And he's like the one of the knights that left. I will lose consciousness and wake up soon. But before that, something really annoys me. She's stupid. Certainly she must have been strong and good at fighting. But that doesn't mean she was well suited for it. I'm also angry at the people around her. If she didn't notice it, someone else around her had to tell her, or she'd keep making the same mistake forever. Jeez. She had so many people around her, so why did none of them tell her the truth? I wake up. We escaped Ilias Forest and come back to this house yesterday afternoon. Tohsaka went back to her room saying that the wound in her stomach was hurting, and I also wanted to go to sleep since my headache was still around. It must have been because I carried something heavy all the way here. When I got to my room and lay down, I couldn't even get back up. Saber was the only one unhurt, so Tohsaka and I went to sleep, letting her keep watch over the house, and...
半日眠ってたわけか。さすがに頭痛は収まってるな。
I'm relieved. The thing with Berserker, the headache that started when I duplicated Saber's sword was terrible. If that headache continued, my head would have broken before my body did. Wait. What is she doing? Saber's sitting Japanese style beside my futon.
なんだよ、朝から辛気臭い顔して。俺が眠ってる間に何かあったのか？
いいえ、ただ夢を見てしまったもので。いえ、何でもありません。それより朝食にしましょう、シロ。もう起きる時間です。
She wants food. Saber gets up and leaves the room quietly. I don't know why Saber's acting so weird. I don't know, but...
枕元に正座してたってことは看病しててくれたのかな。
Yo, Shirou. Easy. Right? Like, relax. As soon as I think so, I recall the scene I really shouldn't remember.
何考えてんだ。
I shake my head and clear the thoughts out of my head. I did it with Saber because I'm her master. I have to think like that or I won't be able to look at her properly.
それに状況が状況だし、遠坂のやつがあんなことするから。
Are they gonna bang again? Hold on. ちょっと待って. This won't end if I start being conscious of Tohsaka too.
平常心。昨日帰ってくるときはいつも通りだったじゃないか。それでいいんだ。それで。
Well, no. I was just too tired yesterday, but stay calm anyways. First of all, Saber will be troubled if I act like this.
よし。とにかく落ち着いて。
He's gonna try to do it again. I take a deep breath and start changing. It's 9 in the morning. Saber must be really hungry, as we haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. I guess you can't call it morning now, it's past 9. Yes, you can, it's still morning. Considering Saber, I'll make a fairly large meal.
シロ、今朝は私とあなただけですが、リンを起こさなくていいのですか？
ああ。
People say 9 in the morning, right? Why is 9 o'clock not morning time?
昨日だし、無理に起こすこともない。
Hold up.
飯は作っておけば勝手に食べるだろうし。
Why do I have so many tabs open? Okay.
そうですか。それでは早めに支度をしてもらえると助かります。もうこんな時間になってしまいましたから。
分かってる。体の調子もいいし、食べ終わったら道場に行こ
う。道場に行くとは、まだ私と剣の鍛錬を続けるのですか？
なんで？日課じゃないか、あれ。
Jeez. I can't.
どうしたセイバ？なんか変なこと言ったか、俺。
あ、いえ、もう鍛錬はしないのだろうと勝手に思い込んでいました。バーサーカーが倒れた今、シロウがそこまで必死になる理由はなくなったのではないかと。
Well, yeah, who's next? Assassin and caster?
そっか。言われてみればそうかもしれない。
Right? Archer's gone, Rider's gone, Berserker's gone, then it's Saber, caster, assassin. Who am I forgetting? Rider or Archer? Oh, Lancer! Tohsaka and Saber and I, our common enemies, now gone. We cooperated because we were targeted by an enemy superior to us, and that's why I trained as well.
でも鍛錬は続けるぞ。俺はまだ半人前だし、セイバーは剣を持つと本音を出すからな。その
Oh, you just want to chat with her. Well, when I say it's a help, I mean it's fun.
はあ、道場での私は本音を出しているのでしょうか？
出してるよ。少なくとも気兼ねはしてないだろう。俺もその方が楽だし、セイバーも肩の力が抜けていいんじゃないか。ともかく午前中はセイバーと剣を合わせるのが日課なんだ。数少ない俺の楽しみを取らないでくれ。
I take ground beef, pork, mushroom, onion, and eggs out of the refrigerator and head to the kitchen. I'll also need breadcrumbs, alcohol, salad oil, and...
はあ、そういうことでしたら私も反論はありませんが。
This is so funny. Saber murmurs something in the living room. I'm already in the kitchen, so unfortunately I couldn't hear her. I start mixing. I mix onion, breadcrumbs, alcohol, egg, and salt and put it in with the beef and pork. I've decided to cook Japanese-style hamburger for breakfast.
リン、目が覚めたのですか？
I can hear Saber's voice from the living
トサカ？
room. I turn around while cooking.
おはよ
Oh, shoot.
う。ごめん、牛乳飲ませて、シロ。
She looks crazy. Tohsaka comes over with an unhappy face and takes some milk out of the refrigerator.
寝すぎて頭痛い。あれ？何？朝から凝ってるじゃない。
Where did that bad mood from earlier go? Her eyes gleam as soon as she turns to me.
美味しそう。ちょうどお腹も減ってたし、助かったわ。
I see, but you're the one that benefits, not me. This must be what my father said. For someone to benefit, someone must lose.
前から思ってたんだが、お前割と目ざといよな。
あら、人並みに目端が利くだけよ。それじゃあ、私の分もよろしくね。
Waving her hand, Tohsaka returns to the living room. With a glass of milk in one hand, she takes position at the table. No. Should I say she's really relaxing or acting like royalty?
だらけていますね、リン。
Alright, way to go, Saber. She sure is good at saying difficult things, but... Tohsaka waves off Saber's criticism and lazily, like she doesn't care.
そりゃだらけもするわよ。バーサーカーがいなくなった今、あとはキャスターとランサーとアサシンでしょ。バーサーカーに比べたら大した敵じゃないし、今のセーバーなら余裕で撃退できるじゃない。
それはわかりません。ランサーもアサシンも一筋縄で行く相手ではない。キャスターに至ってはまだ出会ってもいないではないですか。
Well, we did
謙
in one
遜
ending.
謙遜。アーサー王の手にかかっちゃそんじょそこらの英霊なんて10羽一からげでしょ。今までは魔力不足で嘆いてたけど、それも解決したし、 今のセイバーに対抗できるサーバントなんて一人もいないわ。
Saber narrows her eyes at Tohsaka's words. I feel the same way. The thing Tohsaka just said can't be ignored lightly.
トサカ、お前セイバーが誰かって気づいてたのか？
うすうすね。確信が持てたのは昨日よ。あれだけの政権を扱える英雄なんて一人しかいないもの。まあ伝説のアースター王が女の子っていうのには驚いたけど、目の前にいるんじゃ信じるしかないじゃない。それに伝説なんて都合よく改ざんされたものでしょ。セイバーが隠したのか周囲が隠したのか知らないけど、確かに中世の王様が女の子ってのは都合が悪いものね。そりゃ誰が何と言おうと男として扱うわよ。
Yeah, that makes sense. Tohsaka has the same tone of voice as always. Saber doesn't seem to care that much either. She rather seems to be agreeing with Tohsaka's opinion and shows no sign of denying anything. So she has clearly admitted that it's true. A hero related to swords is chosen for the servant saber. From that perspective, she is certainly the best saber there could be. Don't show this to Rifley, the great hero of England, the bearer of the holy sword that everybody, even in this country, has heard of. But if that's the case, then what? The end of the legend of King Arthur ends with the king's death. No, they're still human, even though they are heroes. It's only natural for her last moments to end in death, but no hero dies normally. King Arthur was no exception. I remember that the end of King Arthur was in a war, the great battle of Camlan. Having unified Britain with no outside enemies to defeat, King Arthur faced an unexpected enemy in the end. The enemy was her own army that she protected. Because of a betrayal by the one she trusted, King Arthur was attacked by the knights she had fought with, and it is said that the king had to defeat them. King Arthur succeeded in defeating the enemy leader, but took a fatal wound in the process and entrusted her only serving knight, Sir Bedivere, with the return of the Holy Sword. Go past this bloody battlefield and the hill. There should be a lake there. Throw the sword into that lake. But Bedivere could not follow the order. Fearing the loss of the sword, Bedivere gave a false report the first and the second time, saying that he had thrown the sword into the lake. Every time, King Arthur would order Bedivere to throw the sword away, and the order was followed on the third trip. The chat is quiet again, start yapping. I'm reading the thing, dang. Here, I got something to yap about. I'm so serious, you guys should watch. If you guys like King Arthur and you haven't seen Excalibur, it's this 1981 movie that is so gorgeous. It is so peak. It is amazing. This is King Arthur. He gets cooler as the story continues. It has such crazy shots, like they didn't have CGI back then. They just did this. They just found it. They were like, oh, the weather said the sun's gonna be red today. Let's go film. They got this. Like, look at this. It's old, yeah, but it's fire. The only thing... Okay, this is Merlin. He looks crazy. What is this chrome dome? Like, what is this costume? And this is Mordred. Insane costume, too. Artoria solos. This is Artoria. And... let me see. This is Bedivere. They don't have the shot where he's like pretending to throw away the sword. This is the Lady of the Lake. This hand right here, that's the Lady of the Lake. This is Morgana. Or I guess she's called Morgan and Fate. What else? It's pretty dope. I liked it. I was like naming, as soon as Mordred showed up, I was like, it felt like Infinity War, like Avengers Infinity War. Where I'm like, oh my god, or Endgame, where it's like, yo, it's Mordred. Yo, that's my girl. But yeah, it's pretty dope. Add it to your watch lists if y'all like fantasy, dark fantasy, medieval stuff, and you want to see some King Arthur. And then Tohsaka suddenly glares at me.
どうするって何をだよ。
だから和室で寝てる物騒な子供のことよ。放っておけって言ったのに、ここま
Wait,
で
he brought
連れてき
Ilya
たの
home,
はあん
like
たじゃない。
actually?
それについては私も言いたい。バーサーカーを失ったとはいえ、イリアスフィールは危険なマスターだ。
Oh, whoopsie.
そうそう。あんなのは綺麗に預けちまえばいいのよ。
The two judge this a good time and glare at me together. That's right. Ilya fainted after Berserker disappeared. I couldn't just leave her be since she showed no sign of waking up, so I brought her here. Tohsaka and Saber objected, so I was the one who carried her. A master who loses their servant has to run away or go to the church for protection before they're killed by other masters. Tohsaka says we should let Kotomine take care of her, but I'm letting her sleep in a room here since I don't think he would take very good care of her.
シロ、あなたの考えは立派ですが、イリアスフィールに関わるのは危険です。今ならまだ間に合う。早々に教会に預けるか、その令状を剥奪するべきだ。
Saber glares at me. She's serious. Convincing her will be really difficult.
なんだよ。だってほっとくわけにはいかないだろう。イリアはまだ子供なんだし、様子もおかしかった。琴峰に預けるのはなんかかわいそうだし。
かわいそう？あんたね、あの子にあんな目に遭わされてまだそんな寝ぼけたこと言うわけ？
同感です。シローはイリアスフィールに感情移入しすぎています。
Yeah, she wanted to obliterate you, Shirou. The two are even more united now, but I can't let them talk me out of it.
確かにイリアは敵だった。けどあいつに邪気はなかった。ちゃんと言いつけてやるやつがいれば、イリアはもうあんなことはしない。それに一番初めに言ったはずだ。俺はマスターを殺すために戦うんじゃない。戦いを終わらせるために戦うだけだって。
Cook. Hold up. Oh, whoopsie. Why is my live paused? Okay.
それは
Saber doesn't agree, but her voice softens. But
そう。それじゃあイリアスフィールのしたことを全部許すっていうの？言っとくけど、あの子は私たち以外のマスターも襲っている。もし
I keep skipping dialogue. I'm so hungry. Golly, I'm so hungry. That's right. Ilya admitted it. She killed Shinji. Shinji used Rider to try to kill the students at school. If those were his intentions as a master, I guess his death couldn't be helped. But still, Shinji's a friend I've known for years. And thinking about his sister Sakura, I can't forgive everything Ilya did.
けどそれじゃ終わりがないだろ。イリアがマスターで亡くなって自分のしたことを悔やめるようになるのなら、俺は助けるべきだと思う。
そうね。それは正しい。けどシロー、私はアーチャーのことを帳消しにする気はないの。私のアーチャーはあいつに殺されたんだから。
Everybody freezes. We freeze, looking at each other, and
何よ。サーバントなんて最後にはみんな消えちゃうじゃない。
Bro, can she shut up?
そんなこと気にしてるなんて。
Bro.
マスター失格ね、リン。
Ilya, you're not helping. The girl under discussion, who should be asleep, appears.
イリアスフィール。
待ちなさい。あなたたちに用はないわ。戦う気もないからそんなにいきり立たないでくれない？ほんと同じレディーとして恥ずかしいわ。私よりずっと年上なのにたしなみってものがないんだから。
Ilya shrugs her shoulders as if to show her shock.
なんですって？
Saber and Tohsaka get mad together. They're scarier in a different sense.
まあそれも怒らないであげる。今はあなたたちに構ってる場合じゃないもの。
Bro, she's too nonchalant. Saying that, Ilya turns to me. Is this an illusion?
イリア。
礼を言います、セイバーのマスター。敵であった我が身まで気遣うその心遣い、心より感謝いたしますわ。
Yeah, Shiro's just delusional, so you know. I stare at Ilya in surprise. Saber's silent as well, so she might not have accepted it either. Hold up. Yo, look at my Saber points. Rate Neco-Arc on a funny scale? That's such an interesting question. I think people find her annoying. And I think a lot of, like, real Tsukihime fans hate her. Because, like, the common folk only know about Arc based on Neco-Arc, Arcueid. But, like, I use her, like, voice sound effects when I play Roblox sometimes. Like, on voice mod, it's pretty funny. I think she's funny. But Saber is actually funnier than Neco-Arc. Like, I'm thinking of Carnival Phantasm. Saber is actually way funnier than Neco-Arc. You can see it in the bottom right of my screen. Actually, hold up. All these clips from Carnival Phantasm. Saber is just so funny. Tohsaka's drinking milk and looking at Ilya suspiciously. And then Ilya gives her usual smile and
なんてね。やっぱりシロはお兄ちゃんだ。
she comes straight for me and hugs my neck. I choke at the surprise attack.
何者？
Tohsaka's choking on the milk she's drinking. Oh, Saber! Oh no. She's fuming right now. Saber gets mad but keeps a straight face.
離れなさい、この無礼者。
Saber runs to me, but Ilya spins around behind me, using my neck as a fulcrum.
無礼者はどっちよ。サーバントのくせに私に意見しようなんて100年早いわ。
あなたに従う義務もなければ意思もありません。減らず口を言う暇があるなら今すぐ城から離れなさい。
Okay, Saber, talk to her. Okay.
そんなの聞かないよーだ。ねえシロ、昨日みたいにしよう。あれ、本部って言うんだよね。
Yo, where's that guy that's like in love with Ilya? Ilya twirls and twirls. Bro, Saber. Girl, get it together. Saber goes around to try and catch her. This is bad. This is really bad. The two stare down doesn't end. It must be because she's watching from a distance. Tohsaka wipes the milk off her mouth as if nothing is happening.
どうでもいいんだけどね、二人とも。そのままだとそいつ死ぬわよ。
The two look at my face in surprise. Yes, my neck is being choked and my life's in danger. I'm in a real pinch right now. This game is so unserious. Do y'all remember when we were like fighting for our lives like 30 minutes ago? Better animation than whatever Seven Deadly Sins turned out, like in later seasons. I've never watched that show. I probably didn't watch it because it was like mainstream for a while, and like I don't watch mainstream stuff. That stuff's lame. I always watch underground anime like Fate. I always watch that underground stuff like Fate. The hamburger I was making is in the refrigerator now. First, Tohsaka's the quiet one. It seems she's keeping a poker face and trying to see how things turn out, but who knows what she's thinking in the inside.
何？シロ。
Ilya is sitting next to me and she's in a good mood for some reason. She's looking around the living room curiously, but it seems like Tohsaka and Saber are none of her concern. She probably wouldn't listen even if they talked to her. And the hardest one to deal with is Saber, who is glaring restlessly at me and Ilya. Being restless and uneasy is totally unlike her. Because of her, I feel like I'm sitting on a cushion full of needles, so I can't let things stay like this. I don't know what will come out of this, but I have to make up my mind and escape the current
話を
situation.
つけよう。いつまでもこうしてちゃ昼になっちまう。
そうね。結論は決まっているし、問題は早めに片付けた方がいいわ。そうでしょ、セイバー。
Time for Serpent to react to Giga Fate timeline. What is that?
そうですね。私とリンの意見は同じですから、あとはシロウに納得してもらうだけですが。
Oh, they're both ready to get Ilya out of here. Ilya's ready to fight it out to the very end. Well, I guess it can't be helped since Ilya was the most difficult enemy for Saber.
ねえシロウ、リンとセイバーは何を話したがってるの？
They're talking about getting rid of you, Ilya.
いや、そのイリアをどうするかっていう話なんだが、イリアはサーバントを亡くしただろ。だからこの後どうしたものかなって。
そんなの決まってるでしょ。教会に保護させるか、森の城に追い返すのよ。どっち？
Oh, whoopsie.
シロウもそう思ってるの？
Ilya looks up at me with emotionless eyes. Guys, what should we do? What do y'all think we should do? Let me save. I think we gotta protect Ilya, right? Because it's funny. Let's protect Ilya. Kurichiku used to say that girls should be protected, and most of all, I don't want to let a child suffer.
俺はイリアはここにいるべきだと思う。
Protect, she's too innocent to let go. Well, sorry, yeah, I was gonna say she's killed people. She's murdered people. So I don't know if she's innocent.
残りのマスターと決着がつくまでイリアはうちでかくまいたい。
シロウがそう言うんなら私もここにいてあげるね。
イリア、苦しいって。
Kurushi. Ilya hugs me, but I get her off of me. Well, there's no need to do that myself, as Saber does it for me.
何よ、さっきから邪魔ばっかりして。あなた、私に
Do you have some grudge against me? What do you think, Ilya?
当然でしょう。その身がシロウに何をしたか、私は忘れることなどない。シロウもシロウです。イリアスフィールをかくまうなど百害あって一理なしとわからないのですか。
なんでだよ。イリアにはもうサーバントはいないんだから、危険ってことはないだろう。マスターじゃなくなったんだから。それより下手に放り出して襲われたらどうするんだ。イリアの命だって危ないし、他のマスターに力をつけさせることになるぞ。
それはそうですが、しかし。
Saber hesitates. Whatever she may say, Saber does understand that Ilya would be attacked by other masters if she was left alone. Look at her grinning. Did you
じ
see
ゃあ
that?
次はこっちの番ね。
Uh-oh.
セイバーを陥落したところ悪いけど、私はまだ説得されてないわ。いいシロウ。そいつはまだマスターなのよ。サーバントを失っても霊樹がある限りマスターはマスターだって教えたでしょ。
And thus, drinking tea gracefully. Girl, you got milk and tea? Come on now. Tohsaka interrupts the conversation.
おい、それどういう意味だよ、トサカ。
だから霊樹さえ残っていればサーバントとは何人でも契約できるのよ。
Oh.
主のいないはぐれサーバントがいて、かつマスターにそのはぐれサーバントを許容できるキャパシティさえあれば、 何人とだって契約はできるわ。
なんだよそれ。
Is she gonna yap?
じゃあ優れたマスターなら何人でもサーバントと契約できるってことか。
何人でもってわけじゃないわ。聖杯の力で呼び出せる英霊は7人が限度だから、最大でも7人ね。もっともどんなに優れた魔術師だって複数のサーバントを具現化させる魔力なんてないわ。あるとしてもその場合は10の魔力を5に分けて2人のサーバントを刺激することになる。そうなるとサーバントの能力は下がるから、複数のサーバントと契約する旨味はないけどね。
I see. So, if I formed a contract with Saber and Berserker, Saber and Berserker would both exist, sharing my magical energy, so their abilities would considerably decrease. So that means it's more efficient to choose one servant to give magical energy to.
そういえば前に言ってたっけ、サーバントってマスターを変えられるって。あれってこのことだったんだな。
あら、珍しく勘がいいじゃない。
Pretty perceptive for once.
シローの言う通り、
Great.
サーバントがマスターを変えるっていうのはそういうことよ。マスターを失ったサーバントは消えるまでいくらか猶予がある。で、その間に他にサーバントを欲しがっているマスターを探して契約すれば元通りってわけ。
だからリンに気を許しちゃダメよ、シロー。そいつだってまだマスターなんだから。シローを殺
Why
し
is
てセイバーを
Ilya
奪う
saying
かもしれ
this?
ないし、
You're the one whose
まだ
entire
生きてるサーバン
body
トと
is
再
command
契約す
spells.
るかもしれないわ。
そう、それはあんたにそっくりお返しするわ、イリア。
そんなことないもん。私他のサーバントとなんて組まない。イリアのサーバントはずっとバーサーカーだけなんだから。
Hanging her head slightly, Ilya murmurs. I can understand why the two gasped. I don't know what kind of relationship Ilya and Berserker had, but I can tell that for Ilya, that servant was something special. That's a surprise, and a pleasant one. Ilya was cold-hearted as a master, but she still valued her partner.
あ、でもシローが負けちゃったらセイバーは私がもらうわ。
Bruh.
私はシロー以外のマスターが勝つのは認めない。でももしシローが負けちゃったら私が代わりに勝ってあげるんだから。
Ilya says so to Saber and Tohsaka.
バカなことを言わないでほしい。私はシローのサーバントです。あなたのサーバントになるつもりはありません。
別にそれでも構わないわ。私はシローに勝ってもらえればそれでいい。私が勝つのもセイバーがシローを守ってくれるのもどうせ最後は同じだもの。
Ilya says things in such a strange way. Well, she wants for me to win, but why would she want that? Then, Tohsaka must have found it strange too, as she starts to think.
私は構います。ともかく私は認めません。リン、あなたからもシローに忠告してください。
ごめんなさい、聞いてなかったわ。
Whoopsie.
ですからイリアスフィールをここにかくまうのは反対だということです。
ああ、それいいんじゃない。別にかくまうぐらいなら。は？
Saber freezes. I'm surprised as well, so it's natural for the protesting Saber to freeze.
リン、あなた正気ですか？
ええ、冷静に考えてみればリスクはどっちも同じなのよ。イリアを一人にするのもここでかくまうのも教会に預けるのも変わらない。いえ、むしろイリア目当てでマスターが来てくれた方が助かるわ。今のセーバーなら他のサーバントが束になっても負けっこない。聖杯戦争を終わらせるならその方が手っ取り早いし、それはあなただって望むところでしょ、セイバー。ま、あなたが他のサーバントに負けるっていうんなら話は変わるけど。
Dang! Tohsaka. Come on now.
まさか今の私がどのような状態か リンなら分かっているでしょう。シローが私のマスターである限り、私に敗北などありえません。
でしょ？ならイリアをかくまうのも問題ない。それに気になることもある。シローの選択はもしかしたらとんでもない妙手だった
Come on,
の
y'all.
か
I'm
もしれな
smart.
い
Come
わ。
on. I'm so smart. Yo. My brain is huge. Tohsaka then falls silent. Saber must have accepted that as she reluctantly moves away from Ilya. Okay, it is midday or noon, and I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I know it's random, but I got dinner. But we did a lot, right? Oh, whoopsie. Hold up. My phone is in the way. Let's check the gallery to go through all the amazing things that happened. Ignore this. Ignore that. What is all this? I'm missing an entire page of stuff. Okay. Anyway. Peak. So peak. Incredible. Putting that right there. Fire. This was hard. This was hard. Come on now. Ugly. Amazing. This art was pretty good. But yeah, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you, Riffley, for tuning in. Thank you, Shadow Eclipse, for tuning in. Thank you guys for commenting. I think we did a lot today. That was really good. And I can't wait to play some more Fate Stay Night. I also like playing Fate Extra, but I know we should probably finish this route as fast as possible. Next episode, we'll try to do day 12 and 13. And then after that, hopefully that's the final episode. But we'll probably do 14 and 15 really soon. So yes, thank you for watching. W stream, W game, W Saber. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.